Dan Illman, Mike Beer kicking off the Belmont Stakes Racing Festival on Thursday with our first graded stakes of the festival. It is the Grade 3 Wonder again. We are going 1.1 1/8 on the inner turf for 3-year-olds, and you can bet this nice card. Bet all week at Belmont Park with DRF Bets. When you deposit $100 upon sign-up, you get to bet with $250. Learn more at bets.drf.com. And as we peruse this field for the Grade 3 Wonder again, A, the number 2 Nonsensical is entered main track only. B, the number 3 Newspaper of Record is 1 to 5 for a reason. She was absolutely brilliant as a 2-year-old for Chad Brown, culminating with a gigantic score in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies turf. And while some folks might have been disappointed by her seasonal debut where she was beaten at 1 to 5 in the Edgewood, she had to contend with a layoff, and I think Arad Ortiz went a little bit too fast early.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like the pace got to her. She got very headstrong in that race early. I don't know if I want to, blame her rider for that. It just felt like she got to pulling early in that race. She wouldn't settle down, and it wound up costing her at the end. Listen, all of a sudden, she's not so invincible anymore. She looked invincible last year as a 2-year-old, and now she's maybe not anymore. This, to me, if nothing else, Dan, this just looks like such a good spot for her to get back on track because she's, facing only 4 others in here, and they're just not, at least at this stage of the game, they're not even close to her level.
And with her early speed, she should once again be controlling things. That's where you want to be in a short field as we take a look at the Timeform U.S. Pace Projector, where the number 3 Newspaper of Record has a pretty sizable gap ahead of the second-place runner. This Pace Projector projects after a half mile. We expect Newspaper of Record to be on top. Well, let's talk about some of the others in here, the possible upsetters, beginning with the number 1 Kelsey's Cross, who really has done nothing wrong from 2 lifetime starts at Gulfstream, although it must be noted that she raced for a $35,000 tag in her debut, and last time out against Florida-bred maidens, she couldn't have gotten a better trip.
That's true. I mean, they debuted her for 35. I feel like maybe part of that was just that they figured, she doesn't have much pedigree. There's not really that much going for her. What are the chances somebody's going to take her? And she didn't get taken in that race. To me, she looked very green in that race and actually ran deceptively well. Was running at the end when it was a little bit too late. She took, I thought, a big step forward last time. It was an impressive win. But as you say, it was with a perfect trip. She's going to have to do a lot better than that.
Most folks believe that if Newspaper of Record is to stub her toe in the Wonder again, that the one to beat her might be her uncoupled stablemate. That's the number 4 Cambier Park, who sold for $1.25 million as a Keeneland September yearling, is already a graded stakes winner this season. But last time out in the Edgewood, if you argue that Newspaper of Record was a short horse and was compromised by trip, what was really the excuse for Cambier Park? Could you make the excuse that it was the ground? I think that's a bit of a dubious excuse.
Yeah, I do too. I mean, I guess that's what you have to lean on if you want to give her an excuse that maybe she just wants it firm. She's the only other graded stakes winner on turf in the field. She won each of her prior 2 starts on the grass. To me, she looks fine winning those races, but I wasn't blown away with it. I'm not sure how good she really is. If I was going to try and beat Newspaper of Record, Dan, and I'm really not, if I was going to, it wouldn't be with this horse.
I agree. The number 6 is Blonde Moment, and this one went gate to wire in her route debut last time out. It was only a maiden race, but it was her first start in about 5 months or so, and she was able to make a nice, easy lead before pulling off the 22-1 upset. I wonder if this jockey tries to get a little aggressive and takes the race to Newspaper of Record, although if you do that, you're probably taking away your best chance of at least getting a graded stakes placing.
That's true. I mean, she could probably finish last either way. She did improve in her 3-year-old debut when she wired that field. A 69 buyer doesn't really put her close in here. We'll see if she can improve again.
Let's take a look at our top selections for the Grade 3 Wonder Again Stakes. Newspaper of Record, Wave the Horse to Beat, would be my only A, but maybe that aura of invincibility is just gone for her. She's not undefeated anymore. What about Chocolate Kisses, the little sister to Synchrony, who might be better on turf and dirt? I liked the way she won her seasonal debut on turf. I know it was a slow race at the fairgrounds. She came back to beat a good mare, Motion Emotion, on dirt when she got a great pace set up in the Grade 3 Honeybee. I just think the Ashland and the Kentucky Oaks were way too tough for her. I think she's going to be a turf horse considering her pedigree, and it'll be interesting to see if she can improve for the red-hot Mark Casse. Newspaper record, again, no one needs me to give her out. She's
Right.
my only A, but I would use a little bit of Chocolate Kisses defensively just in case.
Yeah, she's my only other horse as well, Dan. If I was going to use anybody else in the race, it would be her. I love her getting back to grass. I get why they went in the Ashland and the Oaks. She almost had to. She's a pretty good 3-year-old filly on dirt. You take your shot in the big races. This is the surface she's better on, though, and I'm with you. I liked her seasonal debut at Fairgrounds. Wide trip that day, won easily. I think she's better on turf.
But Newspaper of Record, definitely the horse they're going to have to catch and beat as she preps for the Belmont Oaks. She is the number 3. Mike's going 3-5. I'm going 5-3. But of course, Newspaper of Record is my only A in multiple race wagers. Take advantage of the nice sign-up offer with DRF Bets this week. Deposit $100, bet with $250 at bets.drf.com. DRF Bets, ready, set, bet. An approximate post time for Newspaper of Record in the Grade 3 Wonder again, 4:07 Eastern. Good luck.